Hi guys! I'm so excited about this book club. I'm going to give it just a second. See if anybody wants to hop on live with me. Hope you guys are doing good. Okay, so if you guys don't have the book or you have no idea what this live is about, you haven't seen anything on it yet, it's this right here. Good morning. You guys say hi when you hop on. So I'm so excited about this book, you guys, by Erwin McManus, The Last Arrow. We're going to be reading it together. Hi, Michelle. Let me know where you guys are from, too. Hi, Rhonda, Jennifer, Rachel. So good to see you. I love it. You guys, I'm like stoked about this book club because we did one a couple years ago and it was such a game changer. That I just can't wait to see what kind of things are going to happen through this one. Hi, Marie. Hi, Tiffany. So I'm so excited to see you guys on here, Alexandria. And I do want to tell you, don't panic. You did not have to read anything yet for today. Today's going to be kind of an introduction. And then starting for next week, we'll do some reading. So hi, Claire. Good morning. Hi, Mira. See you soon. Hi, Tammy, Jamie, Amy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So excited, you guys. So I want to give you just a little bit of an introduction to who I am, just in case you're hopping on here and you don't know, so that you have an idea of who you're trusting your time with over these next couple of weeks if you decide to join us, or if you've already decided to join us. But my name is Maribeth. I live in the Nashville area with my amazing husband, Chris, and I've got 4 little boys, Asher, Emerson, Jonas, and Tatum, and they range from age 11 to age 2. So busy, crazy boy house. If I turned this phone around right now, you would get to see some boy craziness over here. But I have a background as a worship pastor. I went into ministry and did my first ministry interview at 21 years old and went right into full-time ministry by the time I was 22. And so God gave me the opportunity to jump into leading people from a really young age, to building teams from a really young age, and really just learning sometimes the hard way how to love people, how to be able to work with people, even though sometimes it's one of the most difficult things to do, right? And so I'm so thankful for that opportunity. And now I work for It Works Global. I built a business with them for about 5 years-ish before joining their corporate team. And so now I'm part of their field team, and I get to love on, encourage, and work with leaders to help them to grow sales from a business perspective, to give them tips on what that looks like, but also to help them to build and grow healthy relationships, healthy teams. And I get to be a spiritual resource many times as well too, which obviously is a huge passion of mine and something that I absolutely love. So, oh my goodness, I love you guys are still rolling in here. Yay, you have 4 boys too. That's so fun. Lauren, yes, Tatum. So I'm excited about this. You guys, I've spent a lot of years working on leadership and reading leadership books. And I think it's one of the most important things you can do. And to be honest, I've been thinking a lot lately about how when you meet somebody, you can tell when people are doing self-development, when they've read lots of books and they're getting lots of perspectives on leadership and on business and on growth and on having healthy, emotions and handling life well. You can tell a difference, you guys, when people are pouring into themselves and doing a good job of really building themselves up and being willing to grow and learn. You can see a major difference between those people and people who are not doing that. And so I want to be those people. I want to continue to do that, to read and to pour into ourselves. And so that's why I'm so excited about this opportunity to be able to do this. And honestly, you guys, last time we did a book club like this, it's been almost 2 years now. We did Chase the Lion by Mark Batterson. Highly recommend it if you haven't read it. It's a life-changing book. So there were a couple thousand of us who read through that book a couple years ago. And we did the same kind of thing. We recorded videos, and that way people who couldn't hop on live can watch it later and all that kind of thing. But you guys, people are still giving me feedback from that book club, from the opportunity that we got to read through it together at the same time, from the applications that we did, from the special guests that we brought on and perspectives they got to hear, but really just from the great content and from the book. And so one of the things I want you guys to know you can expect from this book club is accountability. The fact that we are all going to read through this book together, beginning to end. There's only 10 chapters, so we're going to read 2 chapters a week. But kind of knowing you've got a deadline. I don't know about you guys, but I need those. I need deadlines. I need somebody to be like, hey, did you do that? Did you finish it? Did you read it? It's easy to start something or say we're going to do something, right? But it's hard to finish and to follow through sometimes. And so that's going to be part of it. So there's that accountability piece. We're also going to be doing bouncing ideas off of each other, getting perspective, feeding back, in a forum like this where you guys can type stuff in and learn from each other. We're going to be having some special guests on here again, so you get perspective from different people who have had some success in relationships, some success in leadership and business. So we're going to have all of that happening too, which I'm so excited about. And I think you can also, as we talk about application, you can expect us not to just read this book and be wowed by the amazing words that are within, but you can expect us to be applying them, the words and the concepts to business, to relationship building with all the people that are around you, with faith, with any kind of giving back causes that you're a part of. Maybe it's a ministry. We'll apply it to that as well. And also, stuff always creeps in about marriage and family, and those are definitely passions of mine, wanting to help figure out how we do that well, how we have healthy marriages and families and children and all of these kinds of things. And so you can expect application to that we will be thinking through and asking ourselves questions as it pertains to those things, so that we're not just getting better in one area of life. We're getting better in all areas of life, so that we can raise that bar for ourselves and for our potential for the future and some of the things that we're going to do and get to be a part of going forward. So I'm excited. And just, about the book, you guys, again, Erwin McManus is a pastor of the church. It's called Mosaic. He really is kind of like a thought leader. He has challenged a lot of people's thoughts and opinions on so many different things. He's a little bit edgy, which I absolutely love. But I'll just tell you guys, when I was I was actually still in college when I read his first book called The Unstoppable Force. And reading that book, you guys, changed the trajectory for my life. I knew I wanted to go into ministry, but it gave me the courage and the desire to be on the front lines of what God was doing in the world and in the church. And I think honestly that is part of what gave me the courage to make some of the major moves that I did, going by myself and taking a ministry position, being from Michigan, taking my first position in Atlanta, and then meeting my husband, and then the two of us taking our first position where we both were on staff in Phoenix, Arizona. Huge move, huge risk, but I feel like his book gave me a lot of the courage to do that and the desire to do it, the desire to do more. And so I'm excited, you guys, for us to go through this one together. So excited. And so he wrote this book, you guys. It's called The Last Arrow. If you haven't heard the story of how he wrote it, he wrote the book, and then as he was in his final editing stage for the book, he found out that he had terminal cancer. Okay, the book is called The Last Arrow, and I want to read just kind of his little synopsis so that you guys will kind of get to see. But it says, "May you live life fully and die fulfilled. Imagine doing everything you were meant to do, then with a full heart taking your final breath. That is a life lived fully, and that is the bold invitation of the last arrow. When the king of Israel met with the ailing prophet Elisha, he was told to grab some arrows and strike the ground before him. He did so 3 times, then stopped, even though more arrows were left. History records the dire result of his partial effort. Often we have arrows in our hands, blaming God for our partial victory, when it is we who gave up too soon. To all of us who long for more but settle for less and give up too soon, Erwin McManus drives an arrow into the ground and declares, never settle. It's all or nothing. Save nothing for the next life. Yes, this is costly. You will face great risks, and there can be no backup plan. Everything is required, including your last arrow, yet is the only way to pursue life's deepest joys and greatest battles with a full heart and an empty quiver." So that's the whole synopsis, basically, you guys, of this book. It's encouraging people to give everything they have, to not give up. But I also think it's crazy, you guys, that he wrote this book and then found out he was terminally ill with cancer as he was like editing it and sending it off to be published. And did you know he wrote in here, this is in the preface, but he said, "It could not have been incidental that the very first line I read was one I had written nearly a year later." So this is him looking over his manuscript after he just found out he has cancer. And that first line was, "Before you hear it from someone else, I need to tell you that I'm dying." That was the line they wrote, you guys. He had no idea that he had cancer. He was just wanting to encourage all of us to leave an amazing legacy, to live an amazing life. And so it's amazing, you guys. It's astounding just to read through the words of this book and to see that challenge, that encouragement that all of us really need to have. So it's that call to take every single arrow from your quiver, to use them all, that we would die with our quiver empty and that we would die with our hearts full. So I'm so excited, you guys, to walk through this, and I want to give you a couple things. This is what we need to do now. Okay. Yes, Rhonda Hartman, I know, goosebumps. It's just absolutely insane. But here's what we need to do. If you haven't grabbed your book yet, grab your book. Grab a friend. You guys, grab a friend. Or if you've got a team you're working with, grab your team. Anybody who wants to grow, who wants to learn more, anybody who can read, or maybe that can listen to an audiobook. People who are in the midst of struggle, it's a great book for that. Or people who are wanting to do something big with their life, you know, or even just wanting to get one more step ahead, to get one step further. Those are the people you want to invite to join you on this. And they've still got time. They can get that book ordered. Amazon will get it to you in 2 days. You can download the audio version, or you can go to the closest bookstore and grab it as well. But I'm excited about that. Next thing I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and read the preface of the book and the first 2 chapters of the book before we meet here next week. Really, really excited about that. We'll meet here next Monday, same time, same place. And then lastly, you guys, as you prepare to read this together, and I know I've talked to several of you who have already read the book, that's fine too. Maybe reread it with us as we go. But as we prepare, I just want to encourage you, number one, just kind of start journaling about what are those things right now, that biggest struggle, that biggest thing that's weighing on you, the thing that's hindering you. Just start to undig some of that stuff, you know. And then secondly, let's ask God that he would prepare us just for what he has for us in this, that we'd be ready for whatever it is that he wants to work on, so that we can be ready to get out and battle that thing. You know, one of the quotes McManus said was that God wouldn't bring you into a battle if he didn't know he could teach you how to step into that victory. And I believe that with my whole heart. And if you've heard Erwin's story since writing this book, I got to see him speak at Global Leadership Summit this year, and he is standing. You know, he's been through cancer treatment. He's got crazy stories about that. But he's still standing. He's still fighting. He's still out there speaking and just doing amazing, influential things in this world. So he's fought through his big struggle, you know, at least the more recent one. So I know for all of us, we've got stuff that we have faced, that we will face, but we also have big stuff that we want to do. And so that's why I'm so excited about this book, you guys, as we prepare just even for tomorrow, let alone, you know, 2019 and beyond, and what we have coming up. So this is going to be our way of prepping our hearts, our minds for 2019. And for the goals and things that are to come in business and life and relationships and faith. And I'm so, so excited about it. So thank you guys for hopping on today. I will save this on here, so feel free to share with anybody who you might want to join you in this book club. And I am excited. So we'll read the first 2 chapters and we'll meet back here next week. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.